I like Baldur's Gate 3, and I've also played those two. And I know this month has been dominated by Resident Evil, but I don't know why I was gravitated towards this weird indie game that came out this March, and yeah, I bought it. And from what I have played so far, it's quite interesting. So, yeah, this game reminded me a lot about Disco Elysium, especially the whole paragraphs that you have to read through, mainly all the character dialogues and all the expositions. And apart from that, it's the world is like so. There are stories about this world that get explained via exposition, so that's a lot of text that you'll have to go through. So I think if you like to read, it's good, but if you do not have the patience to read through all of it, oh man, you're gonna be you might have a migraine going through all of those texts. So the story of this game revolves around two things: one, the elections, and two, a tea house. The elections are important because it's the very first time this city is having an election. Earlier, it was ruled by magistrates and people wielding magic ruling over the people. And the tea house is important because it exploded, and our character, the cleric, is dispatched by the towers, which is like the security forces of the city, to investigate what has happened. So there are these voices which the cleric hears, which guide him or advise him on what to do next. And yeah, we as a cleric make those choices. So essentially, we are Randy Orton because we have voices in our head, and they tell us what they do and they understand our character. Okay, enough of that. So what we need to do is like go around, try to recover our memory, which we lost because while en route to the tea house, something happens and we get drowned in the river. And our task as the cleric is to ascertain whether the tea house explosion was a mere accident, or was it a deliberate way to affect the election results, or to postpone the elections, or to outright cancel the elections. And in our quest to solve the mystery, we come across various characters who are either aligned or support certain parties that are standing up for the election. Like there are the Asgalists, who are essentially the communists. Then there are the party of Norvik, which is the current ruling powers of magistrates and the bosses who gave us the cleric the order to investigate. Then there are the agrarian party, which is essentially to say uh, like the rural party. They represent the farmers of the city of Norvik. And then there are the free striders. The free striders are essentially the party of capitalism. They are not from Norvik, they are not a homegrown thing. They are in Norvik in order to set up the election, and yeah, they want to influence the traders and the entrepreneurs of Norvik. They, in fact, they want to encourage them and make sure that they bring prosperity to the people of Norvik, which happens to be a, I mean, given the time we live in, you can say they are the Americans. And the last is again, apart from these parties, there is also the Arcanist, who's like the guy who I think either he resurrected us, or like he like kept our body safe. So essentially he's the guy who owns the place where we wake up after drowning in the river. He's the Viskin is the Arcanist. It's not a spoiler. He's one of the guy who if you are, say, in a good terms with, they will be one of the people who you can vote for. The other people that you can vote for are yourself and Snell the Goblin. He's the guy who will accompany you. Yeah, so about the companions present in this game. So from what I've discovered, so I discovered Meek, which is essentially a mimic that becomes your scarf. And then there is, I think, Ether, who's like an angel or a Valkyrie. I'm not really sure, but she's part of some celestial organization, or is a part of celestial beings known as the Golden Horde. And she is supposedly serving a coin lord for some reason. I don't know why. I think I think in the dialogue she mentions it like she's doing it because the coin lord is somehow linked to Urut, who's like a god or something, and she was bound to serve Urut, and hence she's serving like a descendant of Urut or something like that. Again, I'll have to confess, I did not have the patience to read through all of the stuff that's there about her. Like I said, a lot of stuff is there, but yeah, you'll have to be patient with this game. There is Snell. So Snell is a goblin who gets assigned to us by Lady Sageleaf, who is also a very interesting character. You'll have to figure out her secret, and you can confront her about it. There will be more exposition from her about the world and the history of the world. And yeah, so Snell is like your he's like your everywhere. Like, he's a companion who will follow you everywhere and anywhere. He'll actually if you play it right, he'll be there from the starting of the game to the very end. And Ether mostly accompanies you during the late stage of the game. So that's like the game is about divided into like 5 days. So she'll I think you can unlock her on day 2. I think either day 2 or well, I unlocked her. Moving on from that, I have a pet peeve with this game, that is like the sound design, to be exact. The sounds are a bit mellow, so it just so happens like I happen to like play video games late at night, so like after I'm done with work, etc. So yeah, since there is not much of like sound in terms of the design, I think the music is nice, but it's too calming for me. Like I think I dozed off at some points, because like yeah, it's so I am fighting I'm in a dialogue with a troll, and that troll is about to beat me up, but at the same time I'm kind of sleepy because of the because the sound design is as such, like there is no overtly loud noise to it did not create any panic in me. But yeah, that again gets resolved because after a while, when the troll actually aggroes the sound does get a bit tensed. So yeah, again, like I said, the pet peeve. But apart from that, yeah, it's a pretty well designed game. If you It will easily consume about, say, again, I played it, like I have about 25 hours of playtime. But when I was making this video, I came across people who have like played it for like 60 hours. So yeah, I think there is a lot of content in this game and I'd say like for about 1,100 rupees, which is about, say, um, like barely $12. I think it's a good deal. And again, I bought it when this was on the discount, so it costed me about 880 rupees, which is again around like $9. So yeah, like cheap, cheap, and like, yeah, a lot of bang for the buck. And that's it. That's all I have to say about this game. And I'll see you next time. Probably in a Resident Evil 9 review or some other indie game. And I think I have another indie game that I would like to talk about. We'll see how it turns out. So yeah, see ya.